I've tried to make the conversation easier with Muslims, knowing how extremist they are and screwed up some of them are. Like they are. I'm sorry, they do. They lack critical reasoning skills. They're intolerant. They don't have British values. When Nigel Farage says the majority of Muslims don't have British values, I agree with him. They don't. I'm not going to sit here and lie about it. Now, a lot of the Muslims, wherever you guys are, if you're getting knickers in the twist, I don't even care anymore, because the BASTARDs that are after me, you didn't condemn them. You didn't condemn those bastards. You were condemning me for condemning the bad apples. All I said is, I keep saying in every single video, I say this all the time, my viewers and my subscribers will know, I give my opinion only. My opinion is not fact and can change over time. I say that all the time. And what I also say is I'm only talking about the bad apples. I'm not saying all Muslims are bad. I'm not saying all Pakistanis are bad. However, people can't tell the difference between who are the good ones, who are the bad ones. So the only way they can know is if you speak, open your mouth and tell people. When you're going to condemn the person who's condemning the bad apples, you're going to look complicit. Common sense. Because they're in this little victimhood mentality, they keep talking about colonialism. Colonialism happened. Colonialism didn't happen to Pakistan. It happened to India. Pakistan didn't even exist. Actually, Britain created Pakistan. Be grateful. Now, again, all the Pakistanis are going to get their knickers in a twist. I'm just being honest, guys. Like, there are so many idiots out there with, from people from my race and religion. Like, there's too many where it's like, do you know, I need to speak up now because I've had enough of this nonsense. There's these clowns that come on and they talk about, like, there's this lawyer who's a clown as well, I feel. I'm not going to say his name. I can't even remember. That's how unimportant he is. But like he talks about, like, they sit in this little group and they do a podcast and they talk about colonialism and how our parents came here and they built Britain. No, they didn't. Britain was already built. You came here as an economic migrant, and all the money that you've got in Pakistan is only because of this country. So be grateful. Like, it's just so screwed up. Like, and someone said this to me, and this really stuck with me, is supremacy mindset is an inverted inferiority complex. That is so true. So a lot of these people, where they're like superior, they've got this supremacy, like, you know, oh, we're Muslims, so we're the best, or we're Pakistanis, or whatever. Like, you know, we built Britain. And we all know that was, like, in terms of the Britain part, like, no, Britain was already built. So what they try to do is they justify their victimhood and the reason why their country is still a failure or why they're still losers in their life. It's not because of Britain, guys, or English people. That's on you. This country, I am so grateful for this country. Like, thank you, God, that I was born here. Like, everything I have is because of this country, like everything that I am. And I'm not going to, like, be disloyal to the country that I was born in. Like, I love this country. So I want English people to know, especially, I'm sorry for the idiots from my race and religion, because there are lots of them out there. I love this country. I'm loyal to this country. And no, that doesn't mean that I'm disloyal to Islam or the Ummah and all this kind of stuff. I don't even think like that. So think of this whatever you want, guys. I was born here. And if you're living in a country that you don't love, that you're not passionate about, you know, that's just disgusting to me. Like, even if I was born and raised in Pakistan, I would be loyal to Pakistan. If I would be born in, I don't know, Africa, I would be loyal. Why are you living here? Like, you're eating here, you're doing your business here, you're doing everything here, and then you're like enemies within. You know? So it's like, for me, that's the most disgusting kind of human being. Like, this is our home. Our home is not just a house we live in. It's not just the street we live on. It's not just the town. It's the country. This country is all we have. Stop trying to mess this country up. And if you love Pakistan so much, go back to Pakistan. Like, go back. Who's stopping you? You've got the British passport. If you want to go to a Muslim country, Saudi Arabia's there, like, you know, Dubai's there. Like, why are you here? Why are you trying to rub, like, you're so superior and, like, you're so godly? If you would be that godly, I do not believe for a second that the Muslims living in this country, if they would be so religious and pious, they wouldn't live here. If I would genuinely be religious, I would move to a Muslim country. I'd be like, do you know, I want to go where I could hear the prayer all the time.
Mecca.
I would go Mecca. I would wear the whole thing. I would do but what happens here is, and again, when I drop truth bombs to the Muslims, they get their knickers in a twist. So I made this video saying that hijabi girls, your men look at me, because they do. Not because I'm pretty, but because of the fact that what I've noticed, and I've personally noticed this pattern of behavior, that Muslim men, especially like living in Luton, I've done these observations. I've seen this kind of stuff. Muslim men whose woman is not covered, they will not ogle other women, because they're focused on their one, because she's not covered. So they're like, who's looking at her? Like, they're focused on her. Muslim men whose woman is covered is rest assured that his woman is covered. He's not worried about someone looking at his woman because she's already covered. But then what he's doing, he's ogling other people's women. I'm not joking.
So it doesn't make sense. I see what you're saying, right? So the idea of covering women is so men don't look at them and all those kinds of things. But by covering a man's wife, it means he doesn't look at her anymore. And
he's not. He's rest assured. He knows no one's looking at her because she's covered. And then he's looking at, like, so many Muslim men who look at me and other women are predominantly those whose own wife is covered. This is my personal experience. And Muslim men who are more secular, more liberal, whose wives are there, they're looking hot and nice or whatever, makeup and all that kind of stuff, they're not interested in me. They're not. Because they're focused on their own wife. I'm just being honest, guys. I'm sorry. If you're wearing a hijab, I've got nothing against you guys. I just need to be honest, right? Some of you guys have been so brainwashed. Again, like seriously, if you don't want your men to look at other women, why are you guys living here? It is impossible for your men not to look at women. With the cleavage out, the legs showing, it's impossible. So if you're so pious and religious, I'm sorry, talk your talk, walk your walk kind of thing. Like, put your money where your mouth is and go to a Muslim country. Stop trying to turn this into a country that is not. Because if you're going to try to do that, you're going to start pissing people off. And when they get pissed off, you're going to cry Islamophobia, racism. It's so boring to me. It's boring. We need to unite this country.